hands, and people don't realize it. You know, you walk up, Mike comes up, we shake hands, we're getting ready to go. First thing I notice is his lead leg, all right? Super important. That's gonna determine what I'm gonna do. In the stance we're in, this is a double leg takedown stance all day, all right? Because we have opposite lead legs. So my penetration step would be something like this, all right? So I'm coming in on a double. You try and hit a single there, and my head's on the outside. Mike's gonna, he's gonna do that. He's gonna sit back and just face plant me into the mat, all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, right off the bat, I have to look and make my adjustments. I am not a big double leg person, especially in grappling tournaments, because what happens, you get them up, turn the corner, and they're already locking on, and you're kind of in a guillotine situation. So you're fighting, you may get two for the takedown, but you also may go to sleep. So, first things first, I always look for the lead leg. Right? And I'll switch it up so now I have the same lead leg. That's going to automatically help you with your failed shot situation. Next part of that is my stance. Anytime I have a lead leg, if you're in a square stance, not a big deal, right? Your hands are here, you're defending your legs. If I'm in a stagger stance, the hand, that's the same as your lead leg, has to defend that lead leg always, all right? Because if I'm here and I reach out, Mike's gonna come right up under my arm, and there's nothing defending this leg except now my sprawl, all right? But if I'm here, my hand stays down here, it's always here. All right, I can always catch it. So, right off the bat, we just shook hands, came out to wrestle. I know I'm right here. So I'm gonna always have the ability to touch the mat, and I'm small choppy steps, and I know where his foot is, right? So that arm stays there. So what do I do next? I personally like head contact. I touch my head to his head. You have 5 lines of defense for takedowns. Anybody know them? I mean, it's kind of a wrestling thing.
Head, hands, hips. I don't know that.
Head's number 1, hands number 2, forearms number 3, hips are number 4, and the O-shit shuffle is number 5. All right, that's a patented term, I think. But when you're in a bind, you have to do the scramble. You know that, and I think Ben Askren's the king of that funky style. You know, that's a name that's real popular with that. That's a stage 5. You're pretty much done. You know, you messed up. Let's get out. But if your head's first, that leaves your hand, and you make head contact. We're here, boom, head contact. I know if he goes to shoot, I'm going to feel it, and I just change levels with him. All right, I still have my hands to do all my catching and stuff. All right. If he beats my head, he's past my head. Now I have my hands. If he beats my hands, I'm in on my forearms. All right. If he beats my forearms and I've sprawled and he's on my legs, now it's my hips. All right, I'm sprawling, I'm giving the hips, doing all that stuff. So a whole lot of talking to tell you basically the right position on the mat to start will save you hours and hours of fighting out of crappy positions. And I teach this to the wrestlers day in and day out. And it's, I mean, I guess maybe it's just because of high school kids, I don't know. They just don't get it. Or they don't want to get it. They want to show me they can do it their way. So, I mean, right off the bat, doesn't matter in stance, head, and my hand's defending. So if he's going to shoot, doesn't matter, okay? Now, obviously, we're not going to just touch heads and stay there. Some high school kids do it. So everyone's a tough guy, right? So they just bang heads and they're trying to show who's got the more control. That doesn't matter. Once you have head contact, now I can make contact elsewhere, all right? So, so like I said, a lot of talking and not a lot of stuff going on. We'll go into first wrist control. Me personally, this is going to lead into our takedowns, our underhooks, and all that stuff. So what I like to do when that guy reaches out, he's going to reach out. I like to get a wrist here, and my thumb is pointed down. The open side of my hand is pointed away from him. Stand up straight. Why would that be? I know a lot of guys like this, all right? But for Mike to escape this move, he goes to the open side of my hand. Well, he keeps his hand in front of him, defending himself. If I'm upside down here, he has to pull his arm away, right? That opens up the underhook and the shot and all sorts of stuff. So I like to come here, I lock my arm out, and I'm giving pressure here, and I'm hopefully having head contact here, and that's when I'll lead into my first underhook. All right. and I'll go into this one. It's real simple. I bend at the elbow. I try and punch him in the face with my elbow. It never works. I can't reach. But the elbow goes under his arm, my shoulder in his armpit. Boom. Right here. So I end up in this position, right? Now I can either finish a big throw, or I just come here, right to my underhook. All right? And it's a pretty simple way to get the underhook. I guess it looks complicated, but so here, and I reach and I'm here. Boom, I'm pushing down. Why am I pushing down?
So you want to stand up?
Every action has equal opposite reaction. I think Newton thought he came up with that, but that's my shit. So I'm here, I'm pushing down, I'm pushing into him, he's pulling back, boom, drop my elbow in, and I come up. Now if I'm looking for my throw, which we'll get into for fun later, I keep it and I step up, I keep the wrist. If not, I just windshield wiper my hand up, grab his shoulder. All right? Something that a lot of guys don't teach you, the elbow should be in your ribs, here. Everybody does this. Super loose. Not a lot of control there. Nice and tight, and pulling them down and into. And to finish the position, this hand has to be in control. So I want to be here. I want to be on the head, wrist, or in what's called a V block, right here. All right? If I'm in this position and I don't get the takedown, then I probably shouldn't be grappling. All right, so just to start with your partner, come in, head contact, good stance, head contact, grab the wrist, bring your elbow in and up. And it should be good and tight. So tight, in fact, I can lift Mike up. And then just release, grab the shoulder, elbow in. Try that with your partner.